What's up, everybody? I got a new series coming out for everybody out there. So, as you guys may have seen my Facebook post, I have said that I'm going to come out with a series that will actually help save your computer's life. And I've actually have done this when I was living in another state. So I'm going to show you guys how this whole thing works. Right here, I'm going to just give you guys the requirements to what's needed. You can buy a hard drive dock and you can use any hard drives you want, and this method will work. I don't really have a spare hard drive, an actual external hard drive. In fact, I've actually have one on my computer that already has the operating system. I've had this drive for about a couple of years now, and ever since I went to Pennsylvania, my laptop crashed and I have files that I did not want to get rid of, and there were no other way to back up my data. So if you're in a bind where you actually have one of these and all your information's on it, and your Windows crashed, and you don't want to delete your files because Windows says it needs to format your drive, these will come in handy. But I bet you're going to be sitting there, well, how am I supposed to fix this if my computer don't run? If you got any friends, borrow their system. So I'm actually going to get everything set up, but I have an empty drive that is not in use that came out of a MacBook. I probably wouldn't even recommend using a Mac drive for this project, but I'm down to no choice but to use one because the drive is formatted as a GPT format, and I couldn't figure out how to get it into a dynamic drive, which is MBR, not a guild. So this one allows me to turn it into a dynamic drive, MBR, or it goes both ways. Because if you're going to work on older systems, like I'm pretty sure this computer back here, this don't have a UFEI BIOS. It's all legacy. But my system right here is backwards compatible to legacy, but if you want to deal with the newer ones, I've done some research that says legacy should be able to see these drives, but only one way to find out for me. So I'm going to show you guys how to throw Windows onto this drive. It's all free, it's all easy, and this will actually just help you right along the way. And when your computer crashes, you can always just boot into this and do any maintenance you want. Again, I recommend legacy installation. It should give you the option on the software. Been a while since I've used it, but if it does, then just know that it will work for both older and newer systems. And the newer systems, you can configure the BIOS to legacy. So let's go ahead and jump right into my computer and let's get to it, y'all. Alright, so now we're over here on our desktop computer, so I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and create your backup operating system. So first things first, let's go ahead and insert the hard drive into our dock. Like I mentioned before, external hard drives, flash drives, well, I didn't mention that, but flash drives can also work on this idea, and this will actually help save your computer. So let's go ahead and boot this drive up. So once you get it connected, you get everything going on here. Well, my screensaver decided to just change at the wrong bad time, so luckily it isn't pouring giggity. So if you have an extra Windows laying around, Windows 8, 8.1, 10, this will work. Now, I don't really care of using Windows 10 as a backup operating system, because the main use for this is to get your computer up and going. Back up your files or fix your computer via another operating system to get the main computer back up and running. At the end of this video, I will demonstrate that, but I am not using the hard drive that I'm actually using right now. I'm actually going to use my actual backup operating system onto my laptop. So first things first, you need a legit Windows ISO. You can download it from the Microsoft website, but I'm pretty sure they do not have Windows 8, so you can get it in any other sources. You can buy it from Newegg or Amazon or those kind of stores, or if you have other ways to obtain a Windows 8 copy, you go ahead and bring it into an ISO format. Like, you can just download it. I'm not going to show where. And last but not least, if you have a legit hard copy of Windows 8 or 8.1 on disk, you can use your files like Power ISO or any other software that will take it from disk into an ISO format, which I'm not really going to show that here. But if I do get a bunch of requests, I'll find a free way of doing it. The software I have were pretty much paid for and able to do all this stuff easy for me, but I know with people who has bad budgets and can't afford the software, I will find free ways to show you how to do ISO. Downloading the ISO I know is free. You can do it from Microsoft. You can do this without a license key. Just get an OEM version of it because it allows you to put the key in later. So let's instead of keep talking a lot about this, let's go ahead and get this started. This is the tool I'm going to use. It's called Win to USB. I will put links in the description. What you do is you come over here, you hit download. This software is free and it will work with home users only. If you're doing this for a business or whatever, it's not going to work for you. But you can just download it and it'll tell you what it's capable of for. I've seen this before, so I never really tried it. So install Windows 10 at your own risk. And I'm getting a buddy of mine giving me a call at the moment, but I'm going to have to give him a call back. He's asking for help with repairing computers. So I might get him a call back while this thing is doing this process. So once you get the software installed, this is how you get it going. First, you start at the software. You hit yes to confirm it, just so Windows can shut up. And right here we are in the software. This software can work with both professional, ultimate, or whatever. But as long as your main operating system is a home, you shouldn't have to worry about it's saying, oh, it's not for you can't use it because you're commercial. But if you have a home operating system like I do, it will not complain. It will even install the Pro version of Windows onto the hard drive. So once you select your ISO, if your ISO has multiple operating systems all in one, is what they're usually called, you can just select which one you want. I usually just do the Windows 8.1. I really don't care about doing the Pro. There's no reason to do Pro for only it being a emergency backup operating system, but it's your choice. You can throw whatever you want on there. So let's go ahead and hit next. And then it's going to ask for a destination disk. And basically the only one I have is this hard drive dock. Yours might say Toshiba or whatever. And don't worry, you're not going to overwrite your own actual hard drives because this does not see internal hard drives. Just anything that's connected via USB. As for my Toshiba drive, it's not even hooked up because I'm going to be taking it into another room anyways. So select the drive that you want. Go ahead and check both of these boxes and make sure, okay, there is no UEFI option on here, so that actually solves my question. But UEFI should be able to read, actually I don't think it will read a legacy. You'll have to program it in the BIOS. I was actually thinking of GPT, so I got confused on that, so my bad on that one. So you select legacy and you select your drive. And I failed to mention this. If you have any files on your hard drive, you need to back them up now. And I think I did mention it because I said if you don't have a spare computer to do it, borrow a friend's computer and you'll be able to do your backups onto your friend's computer. Make sure they got enough hard drive space depending on how big your drive is. Back everything up. And because as you select these and hit next, your drive will be formatted. I don't care about this drive. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a Mac drive. And I'm just going to let it do its thing. So there it goes. I'm going to go ahead and let this install. If you're going to be away for a while, you can always tell your computer to shut down when it's completed. So if you come back after you're having your nice hot cup of tea or something, you'll be like, okay, my friend's computer or my main computer is shut down, so I know everything's ready to go. But it will pop up in there saying it is complete on the top, and then you go ahead and hit home, unplug your drive, and then take it to your actual computer that needs repairs. So I know I'm talking like a mile forever, so let's go ahead and go right, I can't talk right. Let's go ahead and let this complete and go on to the next computer. Alright, so now let's go ahead and show you guys how this works. And this is my Acer Aspire R7, couldn't damn remember the name of it. So, to actually get this hard drive going, plug it into any USB port of your computer. 3.0 ports will be best for you because it will run as if it was an internal drive. 2.0 ports are running very, very slow. So you're going to be like, screw this, I'm not doing it. So 3.0s will be your friend, but if you got no choice, 2.0 will work. But it's not that bad, but it's just slower than 3.0. So I'm going to walk you guys through this. All BIOS systems are different. So, but it's not hard to find the option. So press any key that actually gets you in the BIOS. It could be F2, F3, F1, escape key, delete key. Apparently mine isn't F2. Because I can't remember for the life of me which one it was for this laptop now. Alright, we're back. My laptop just wanted to be stupid with me. So, for you to change the boot device, and the option to change your computer to legacy, it's all in the boot area. If your computer is different, the legacy option, because legacy option could be activated by some kind of security option. Because my new computer I have, you guys saw in the video, that Acer desktop PC, in order for me to access the legacy mode, I have to go into my security settings and disable a few things and go back there, and it was able to let me change it to legacy. And for some odd reason, I think I have this computer set to legacy in the first place, and it runs Windows just fine. So all you gotta do is just choose in between the UEFI or legacy. Legacy is the one that we need in order for this drive to work. And you could do this both ways. You could tell it that you want your boot device to be the first device, or you can use a hotkey to do it. In most cases, as far as I've seen, the hotkey is either F10 or F12, and I believe this laptop is F12. So just tell it you want to save changes, and then when the computer boots up, hit that F key. It also should tell you on the bottom to which one it is to enter the boot menu. So mine is F12, and then you just go ahead and select your hard drive and it will boot into it. So you guys will see that it is going to be booting off of the Toshiba drive. And as you guys saw earlier when I was trying to guess it, you saw this laptop boot into Windows 10, and now you guys are going to see a difference. This is normal for it to show that it's scanning. Actually, it's doing a repair, so I might as well just pass the video. Because if you unplug the drive while it's running, you're going to have problems like this, but it's no big deal. But it will also say in getting devices ready and all, and that's normal when you're taking it from one computer to another, so you're always going to get that kind of message. So I'm going to go ahead and shut up And we'll go ahead and fast forward so we don't have to wait for this BS to go on through. So I'll see you guys in 2 seconds. Alright guys, so now we're in the operating system. Although that did not look like it's Windows 8, I can guarantee you it is. Because, just as I mentioned, the hard drive earlier is this hard drive, and it's not the one in that big dock that you guys seen earlier in the video. I've actually completely, apparently my USB cord is kind of a little short here. I've accidentally had it screw up because it's not letting me do any touches or anything, not unless it doesn't recognize it. Yeah, it doesn't recognize it. That's right, because it's not going to recognize the touch screen of this laptop, but there you go. I am in my backup operating system, and what's cool about it is I can go ahead and click on my folder file explorer here, and I'm hoping you guys can see everything just fine. If not, I don't have, well, actually I do have it on there, but I'm just not going to mess with the video recording. But right there you go, it sees all the drives in my computer. I have the actual hard drive which is sitting down here, and then the other partition of my drive, which I could show that in the future to why I did that, or I could just explain it now, is that's where all my personal files, programs to fix computers and all that are all stored in the other partition. The main drive only has 128 gigs of space. That's basically how I want it to be done. But if you guys want to learn how to partition the drive, you can actually add that at a later date, as in you can plug the drive back into your machine or on the one that you just got repaired, and you can just tell Windows to cut the drive to where you reserve space for your actual operating system, and whatever's the rest is where all your files go. But as far as I see, it's got all my drives all along here. I don't see my actual secondary drive on here because it's in offline mode, which you can turn that on in Device Manager. But right here is my main drive, and that's all I want access to is my main drive inside of my computer, and I can run any viruses or whatever to fix to whatever is causing my computer not to be able to boot up. So whatever you do, as I mentioned earlier, because my cord is a little bit funny when you move it a certain way, is you do not want to unplug these while they're running, because the next time you run your operating system, it's going to give you a little nice message saying no, unplug the USB drive while it's running. So basically that is the basic and easy setup to make an emergency operating system when your system fails. And I will go ahead and I will do more videos like this to show you how to get your computer up and running, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. So let me go ahead and say my goodbyes, and I'll see my fans in the next video. And you guys have a good Easter, because that's also around the corner, so I hope you guys have fun with that too. Peace.